Hey guys, so I'm gonna wait until I can tag some people. Y'all know the deal. Tag your teamies, tag your people. I am sharing what I am working on. I would love for people to interact with me if possible, because I really don't like talking to myself, but I wanted to share this stuff with you guys. Okay, I am done tagging people. Hey y'all, so I'm going to share super quickly what's in my mobile office, why you need one, and just why and what's in it. Okay, so the first reason why you need one is because if you have any type of decal or any type of anything on your car that says that you are the Scentsy lady, you better not be caught without Scentsy. Okay, do not be caught without Scentsy out and about. Okay, I actually made a mistake on an order last week or the week before last, and what I was doing was I was just delivering a thing of bulbs to somebody, and I had it in a clear bag, but I had another order I was delivering. Well, I was not thinking, and I put the bag that I had this in inside the other order bag, and guess who forgot to take it out before I gave it to my other customer. So I was already out in town. My customer was about to meet me, and I had just given her bulbs away to a different customer. And I was going to be really embarrassed when I had to say I accidentally just gave them away. But thank goodness I had my mobile office, so I could just take the bulbs from my mobile office and bag them up really quick and give them to her, and then worry about getting the bulbs back later. Okay, so that would have been super embarrassing, right? And then the next reason why you need one is because I was just talking to a cashier at Lowe's, and she saw my shirt and said that she loved Scentsy. Well, I just switched purses, and that purse was small, so I didn't have the stuff that was normally in my purse, and she asked for a catalog. What kind of Scentsy lady would I have been if I didn't have one? And my mobile office saved me again. I had catalogs in there. So I update my mobile office as I give things away in every new catalog season. So I'm going to share with you guys what I keep in my mobile office. Now, when I say mobile office, this does not have to be anything fancy. I literally use a bin that looks just like this, because in my SUV, there's a little like compartment underneath that's hidden. So I keep this in there so it doesn't get crushed with groceries or whatever else. This is just what I keep it in. You keep it in something that's going to work for you. I keep bulbs in it, so I just keep one 3-pack of the 3 different types of bulbs. Okay. I keep some order forms that I printed out from just a long time ago. And then I have pens, because if you're like me and you switch purses, you may have 15 pens or no pens. A 31 tote, I used to use one of those as well. When I got this new car, there is a compartment deep enough for this, so I switched to this and I'm obsessed. But a 31 tote or anything like that would be perfect. I have these old school drawing slips. These used to be in the consultant store. I know that you can print your own. There may still be some of these out there. It's up to you. I carry these around just in case, but this isn't typically how I keep my drawing forms, but I keep them in there just in case, okay? The next thing I have is a join packet. I always have a join packet with me. You never know when you're going to be out and about talking to somebody and they ask what you do and they want some info. Have a join packet, okay? So I leave that in here in my mobile office as well. And then I have just a couple of little join packet, like join postcards that I could leave, like at a restaurant or something. And this says, want free Scentsy, scan me with your phone's camera, enter my monthly drawing. And all this does is this takes them to a Google form where I'm going to get their contact information, because it makes no sense to talk to people and give them your stuff and then not get information from them, because we're going to be thinking about that contact, but we're not going to have a way to get up with them, right? If you don't get those info, okay? So, or if you don't get their info. Now, what else I do though is where it says enter my monthly drawing. Sometimes that makes people think like it's just a chance to win, right? So they don't, some people may not want to fill it out because they're like, oh, I never win anything. I'm never going to win this drawing. What I'll do is I'll tell them, hey, if you do this right now, like really quick while I'm with you, I'm going to automatically send you a bunch of samples to try out, and you're going to be entered into my monthly drawing. And guys, that monthly drawing could literally just be a sample pack. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be a scent circle. It can be anything. It can be a scent of the month bar. It can be anything that you got for free or half off. You're not spending your money on doing things for this free drawing. Now, let's be honest. Some months I don't even do a free drawing because I don't have enough like people that actually entered it. But that's what I'll say to them. Hey, if you'll do this for me real quick right now, I'm going to hook you up with a bunch of samples and you're going to be entered into my monthly drawing. Okay? So that's what goes on there. And then what I also have are scent circles that I've done the exact same thing with. So if there is a like checkout person that I'm talking to that was really sweet, I hand that to them and say, hey, I know you see that, but if you do this pretty soon, like if you do this today, when you go on break, I'm going to send you a bunch of Scentsy samples, like if they were nice to you or whatever. So I leave those there because guys, you always have to try to and be doing things intentionally to build your customer base. But if I give this away, the ball is completely in their court if I don't get their contact information. Some people like to, so what some people do is they just have like a regular post-it on here and they give the scent circle or whatever to people and they ask that person for their contact information. I'm way too awkward for that because I'll end up saying something really crazy. That's why I created these so that it's a super simple and effective way for me to get their contact info. And I've like practiced how to say that because guys, if I don't practice what I'm going to say, if somebody has good customer service or whatever, and I want to give them something like this, I'm going to say something stupid or awkward. So that's what I do. Every single one of them already has one of those on there. Okay. It can be for like a waitress. You can compliment them and say, you had really great customer service. I greatly appreciate you. Have you ever heard of Scentsy? Have you ever thought about doing what I do or whatever? And then get their contact info. If you are a people person and it does not bother you to talk to people or ask them for their contact information, then do it that way. Now, there's some controversy, not really controversy, but there are some different ways that you can do this next thing. So if somebody says, if you're talking to somebody and you want to give them a catalog or some samples, and let's say you do have these things on you, but you just don't have a good vibe, you can ask them, hey, text me so I have your number real quick. And, or you can say, let me text you. And you can text me back with your address and I'll send one to you. Instead of having one right here on hand. You can pretend, or if you actually don't have one, you can just say, hey, I really like talking to you. I would really like to just treat you to some samples. And you ask them to text you or Facebook Messenger you. And that way you know who that person is. And then you can contact them to send them samples. Okay, that's another way. If you're not good at Google Drive, if doing something like that stresses you out, practice saying that. Tell somebody you're with Scentsy and have them text you their information so that you have it right away and you save it in your phone as Sandy from Target or whatever it is on how you met that person. So if you just joined and you don't want to make it rain, all these things, do that. And that way you actually have their legitimate contact info to be able to contact them and send stuff to them. Okay. Now, but what I also do keep in my mobile office is these are like my little mail out packs that I've shared with you guys that I created. It's a wish list, a new releases, scratch off, the scavenger hunt, and a product list. I have some with catalogs too. It's just going to kind of depend on my vibe. So all of that goes in my mobile office. Now, because it might be kind of awkward to like go back to your car to grab something if you wanted to give somebody something, you can have something that fits in your purse or your bag that you take everywhere. This one's like really honestly too big to go in my purse right now. I used to have some other ones, but because I already had the catalog thing stuffed, this is what I just put in there. But I just updated it. It's basically everything that's in my mobile office. I just have scent circles. I have some join brochures I made a long time ago, and then the catalogs. But what sense does it make to be out and about in town at a doctor's appointment? If you are going to be anywhere where there are other people that you could potentially talk to, you should not be leaving the house without these things on you, because there should always be an opportunity for you to give more than you take. So giving a scent circle, giving a sample, whatever. And I just feel like if you're going to be the Scentsy lady, you need to have those things with you. I don't know about you, but I live pretty far away from town. So when a customer is meeting me, I make sure that I'm prepared like I was. And if you're giving things away, anything that you're giving away, if you don't have their contact info, you are leaving, you might as well burn the samples. Throw a $5 bill out the window, like I've said before. If you're not getting their contact info after you give something away, it's pointless. Because most of the time, people aren't going to come back and contact you. They're just going to take whatever free sample they got and move on with their life. Because they don't wake up and think about it. But if you can get their contact information, then you have a way to follow up with them. And I know if you're new or if you're nervous or whatever, that can be really intimidating. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Ain't nobody as awkward as me. But the only way to grow is to get uncomfortable. And if you're not opening your mouth, your business is closed. Every time your mouth is closed, your business is closed. You don't have to be the crazy, everybody buy this from me girl. But if you start a conversation with somebody and you ask them what they do, most polite people are going to respond and be like, well, what do you do? And you can say, I own my own business. I'm with Scentsy. Have you ever heard of it? And you respond that way. Not just walking through Michael's passing out Scentsy samples to anybody that you see. But if you start talking to people, conversations will come up. But you have to actually care and listen to them. But if you ask somebody what they're doing or what they do for a living or anything like that, it's super important for you to have a way to get in contact with these people and to always be prepared. Your mobile office doesn't have to have all of those bulbs. Your mobile office doesn't have to have all of the things that I have. But you should have some type of way that you can write somebody's contact information down. If you have business cards, have them with you. It can be as simple as just a Post-it note. That's what a lot of people did, or I've watched a training about that. Like I said, it's just a Post-it note. And you write down their name and their contact information. For me, it's super simple to just have them text you because we all write things down or you may lose that Post-it. There's actually something else called a Popl, P-O-P-L. And I have one. Hold on. I have one already on the back of my phone and it looks just like this. And what you do is you activate it through this company, and you can popple anybody. They don't even have to have one to use it. And what you do when you tap it on their phone, and it'll tell you, you scan, you have to activate it, etc. You have like a profile. And that profile, if you popple them, you will give them your information. Okay? And like I said, everybody doesn't have to have it. And it's like a mobile business card. I can put my Scentsy website on it, my phone number's on it, my payment, the ways that they can pay me are on it. You can completely customize it. So this is something also, if you are like me and scramble for words, you can say, hey, let me give you my contact information, and you can popple them. Like I said, you need to get their information, but if you're wanting to trade, you could do it that way as well. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Mobile offices do not need to be difficult or extravagant. You don't need to go buy any specific bin or bag. You just do not need to call yourself the Scentsy lady if you are caught out without Scentsy. All right? Love y'all. Mean it. Have a good day.